have a pen. Okay, it is what, like 6? We need to know what time it is. We
Yeah,
can
it's
call
a
the
little
meeting
bit
to
after
order.
6.
Okay. Okay. So, I just want to welcome everybody to come into this parade meeting again under the African American Veterans Arts and Culture Corporation. This is the parade meeting. It's November 15th, 2021, approximately 6 p.m. So, I want to start off with just thanking you all again for coming and being vigilant in your parts in making sure that this parade is a success. What I wanted to also continue with is that Veronica and I had gone to Johnny B. Wiley because remember when we had the meeting, they said that there was an application that we needed to fill out. Well, we went and got it. So even though we went a few times, but we did get the gentleman. So the actual application, which when I fill it out and send it in back to them, then everybody will have a copy of it, because I want you to have a copy of everything that we do. You know, because you never know when you need it for something else.
Right.
And if nothing else, you on top of what we doing here.
Right, exactly.
So, okay, it says Buffalo Public Schools Division of Plant Services and School Planning. And it says application for use of athletic fields. And then they want to know the name of the organization, type of organization, if it's community, educational, PTA, those kinds of things. They want to know the field to be used. You can use the track field, the football field, baseball diamond, pool, and shower, or other. They want to know the approximate number of people expected, the day of the week and the dates, time from AM or PM to AM or PM, and the purposes for which the premises will be used. And then if there's an admission fee, if any, and a purpose for the profits, if you do have an admission fee. Then it will go along for the names and addresses of the officers or board of directors. So that's not y'all, that's me, Shago, and Veronica. They want to know our names, addresses, and phone numbers, and our email address for our organization. So it's just a one-page thing.
Okay.
And so what I wanted to do is from that, I want to share with each of you having some of the pictures of Johnny B. Wiley that we'll be dealing with. Because we need to actually be looking for, here's your copy. And there's some more copies, some pictures that are with Johnny B. Wiley. Okay.
Well, the section.
Right, so we're gonna discuss what we need to be looking at as far as where we wanna put vendors and where we wanna put stuff.
No.
You're gonna submit this picture, you're gonna submit the picture with the application?
Yeah, we have to.
Okay.
Well, this application, the
Yeah,
one
right.
that we're doing.
Let me see.
So, but we everybody gotta have the pictures first so we can talk about it. Okay. So, I got this online so that we can actually look at what's happening. What we are interested is, when they asked us where we want the baseball diamond. The baseball diamond, you see, right here.
That's the one that the
Right,
city
that-
does not control, right?
Right. No, that's actually the city. As a matter of fact, we're gonna get to that. I'm glad you brought that up.
They said from this part, like right here.
No, that's not even what it is.
Oh,
I'm glad
okay.
you mentioned that, because when we went to sit down with, oh, come on. When we went to sit down, can you pass this on? Hey, Carl, excellent. We just got started, and I just want to give you some photographs that we're talking about. Okay. And his agenda. Can you pass it over to Carl? Okay. So, the first picture we're looking at is actually how Johnny B. Wiley looks from an aerial vision. Now, so that gives us an idea, we're talking about, Dodge Street and, Jefferson. So, when you come, look at the parking lot, and y'all can mark these up however you want, you know, for your own stuff, and then we're gonna come back to it at another time.
Okay.
But all the parking lots, you'll be able to see. On the one side, they have the parking lots.
Right.
On one side
On
over
this-
here,
On this view here?
well, you'll be able to see it better.
Uh-huh.
But if you're looking at this close-up shot,
It's just the one. lot.
yeah, you'll see from the very front.
Right.
But if you notice in this shot, you'll also see the handicap, entrance.
Right, right.
So we know that there's handicap accessibility because
Mhm.
all of that is something that we need to know.
Right.
And, so what's also gonna be happening is that when you go from the other pictures right to the baseball diamond, we wanted to look further into, what's happening. You'll see the areas, I was thinking that the senior buses from different, senior homes and stuff like this, about 24 spaces there,
Right.
right here. And we wanna keep all the buses that are coming in, bringing the seniors together. So we can be putting a sign at each saying, like, 1490, so they know where they're parking at.
Right.
And that security will know where they're parking at, so
Right.
everybody needs to know that. So we need a person there directing people to, here's your spot, here's your spot,
Right.
here's your spot.
You mind me interrupting?
Oh,
you?
no, go ahead.
If you go and measure those spots out, you
Mhm.
know, a bus is about 50 feet long. So, 40 feet long.
Mhm.
If you measure these spots out, they're about 40 feet. So if they had a straight shot across these bushes here, right into these
Mhm.
parking spaces, that'd be fine. For them to.
They'll come right in through here,
Right, they'll come through there.
or this side.
Right, exactly, but,
We're talking about, this side or this side,
Right.
off of the street, off of Best Street.
right, so they would have to be parked on an angle in order to get out
Well,
and in. Because
Oh, okay, okay.
only because of the width of the parking area, it's about maybe from that wall to that chair right there, it's not quite to that wall.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So you'd have to park the buses like they do at the Greyhound station, they have to
Oh,
sideways,
yeah,
so
I
they
know
can
what
back
you're
in and
saying.
out,
Yeah.
one way in, one way out type of thing.
Uh-huh.
So you might get, 15 buses in there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
because it's so tight, these are built
Built
for
for-
cars.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Now, these are not people that's gonna, participate in the march, right?
No, these are people, our seniors, remember, we
Okay.
always gotta worry about our
Right.
senior and our disabled.
Right.
So we wanna make sure that these seniors can come in and after the parade, they still have access to come in into Johnny B and be able to enjoy
Right, no, no,
themselves.
I understand.
So that kind of stuff, yeah,
See where that car is?
uh-huh,
So you got enough room for maybe another car in there.
right,
But to
right.
get buses in each of those things, they
Mhm.
won't have, so they have to just come on an angle. You know,
Oh,
you might
okay,
get-
but we'll be able to look at that
Right.
even closer to the time.
Right.
But to be able to see that, but there's two different parts, because on the other side, this is the front of Johnny B. Wiley's parking lot, and then you have another part on the other side, so those are two other spaces
Mhm.
that we can use for parking, but at one of our meetings, when it gets closer to time, we need to go and actually, like we did before, go walk, take a look, see,
Right.
and see how we're gonna do this
Mhm.
and who we're gonna put in that spot,
Right,
as a few people
Right.
to be the direction people
right.
to get the buses in place.
Now, the front of this would be ideal for a bus, cause they can pull in and then they can back into the space and still have enough room to come out.
Well,
And that's why I gave you the other pictures.
Okay,
He's
Permit.
talking about, which picture is that
the
you're talking?
front of it, the front of it.
Yeah, so that's what he's talking about, that you can go right in here off of the street and there's several ways you can go in and out.
You got enough room, there's, at least 3 car lengths there, so.
Mhm, mhm.
Also, your permit is gonna cover all the way up to Best Street, I'm assuming.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
that's your access. Whoever, let's say you hire whatever bus company,
Mhm.
make up tags for them,
Mhm.
and when they get to the barriers, they just show the tag. They can park on Jefferson if
Yeah,
they
on
want,
the side of the street, yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
because that area belongs to you
Gonna
now.
be blocked off.
Yeah, but remember now, we have to worry about, parking on the street because we will have signs that say no parking.
Gotcha.
You know, all the way the parade route
Right.
until, so we can't just be parking and tell, other people not to park there.
Right.
Because see, every time one person do something, everybody and their mama wanna do the same
Right,
thing.
right.
We have signs that will be posted, and they have to be posted, approximately 24 hours ahead of time to say there's no parking, there's a
Yeah,
parade
yeah,
coming.
Yeah.
So we're not really looking at the streets, we're looking at where we have the people confined and what's going to be the best access coming into, from the parking lots into Johnny B,
So
especially.
how many buses?
Well, what I want to do is actually see how many senior citizens homes, I'm gonna have to go back to the list and see how many senior citizens homes have their own bus.
Mm.
And then if any churches wanna bring their congregations, that kind of stuff.
Now, if we're talking small van, like a van that holds
Mhm.
15 passengers,
Mhm.
then that'll be ideal for those parking areas.
Right,
They can do
right.
that. But if
Mhm.
we're talking full-blown buses, like the
That's
first
what I'm
thing,
thinking.
then you're talking the buses from there to there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it depends on, and you may have to put the buses on the street.
Mhm.
Maybe they can drop their passengers off, circle around, and then they can park their bus there. When they're ready to go, then they can bring the bus back around and pick them up.
Oh, okay, but see, that, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because then, that's why we're having this conversation now, so it stays in the back of your mind, that, okay, we need to re-look at that, closer to the parade, and make those real hard decisions, okay? They can't park here, they gotta go over to the
Right.
other spot, and then, like you said, drop people off, and then
Right, drop
come
the
from
bus
there.
load off, yeah.
When we did speak to, Mr. Holloway, he told us that actually, this is, Board of Education in Buffalo. The only thing they got is the building here, and on the outside, okay? Because what I did, which I should've did when we went to the meeting the first time, is brought a picture.
And had them sketch it in.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's where it was getting sketchy. So I brought the picture with me and said, okay, now which part is you and which part is the city of Buffalo?
Right.
Cause
So-
I don't think I ever been to an event on a diamond. Now, I know we've been to plenty of events on the football field over there at the Johnny B. Ryan.
But that would be over at the other
Not the
side.
Yeah, right.
That would be,
On the other side.
right,
Yeah.
that would be over here, way away from where the people are trying to,
Mhm.
No, I
Yeah,
get it. I
yeah.
get it.
so
Yeah, but I'm just thinking, like, what makes the difference from one to two?
the access to getting the people in and the, from not just the parking, but being able to have the ramp for the handicap to get in the building. But, being on the grounds, but again, we'll be able to go back again after we continue to work on this. Because what I wanted to find out from y'all also was actually where we gonna set up the vendors and stuff, you see what I'm saying? So all that comes into play.
Mhm.
When we talk about, okay, we're gonna have bouncy houses, we're gonna have food vendors, we're gonna have this, that, and the
Yeah,
other.
they're gonna set these things
Right,
up.
so we have to start looking at this, so when I send this back, they wanna know where we wanna be and what we wanna do where we're at. So we need to be getting
Well,
that
The
stuff.
first thing
Would you-
is to find out where the stage is gonna be.
Would you like to have everything in proximity? Because dealing with seniors,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
big stage. to the other end. Cook, here, this is where we had in mind.
Yeah,
right
we had
there.
that way over here in mind by the
That's
football,
track
by the
and
football
football.
field.
Right,
Track and
okay.
So, if you put vendors, everybody in the same proximity, I think it'd be easier for the
Mhm.
seniors.
Yeah,
Okay, I thought we were gonna put it, well, I guess we're all thinking the same thing, but that's why we bring the pictures out, so we can all know that we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I was thinking that, at the track and field, that would be far away from where
Right.
you're trying to access coming
Entrance.
into the, yeah.
Entrance.
Well, and I don't know if you've been on the Dodge Street side, there is, handicap, accessible on the Dodge Street side there are ramps there to bring.
Yep, sure
handicap
is.
in.
Sure is.
Okay, cause I rode around there today, but of course then I got confused.
If you look, like this is the side here,
Show me
here,
what you're
right in here,
talking.
right in here,
Right here.
right in here.
Okay, he's,
Right in,
uh-huh,
right in here.
mhm,
Right
Is
in
where the
here.
ramps at.
okay,
Right in here, right?
Oh, where the truck entrance.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
where
the
you,
truck
where you would, yeah, actually on the other, right here, I mean,
Right.
right. There's handicap entrance right here, I'm sorry, right here,
Ramps, right?
right here, yeah, there's ramps,
Yeah.
hmm,
there's a ramp that runs right into here, which would run all the way, straight shot.
So should we like bus all the seniors? Cause the bus can stop right there, drop them off and be escorted.
then we gotta tell them where they need to park so that they can come back and get the seniors,
Mhm.
later on.
Can I make a suggestion? Drop off, like Cook said, here, right? Everything in proximity in this area. The bus would have to come around, and like I said, you got the permit for the buses. They can pull in here, pull out when it's over, go around the block, pick them back up when it's over. That's,
That's what the school does.
Yeah,
well, that's
yeah.
the only way you can do it.
Okay.
You come in here, drop them off. Matter of fact, this is the entrance Cook and I'll be using to bring our equipment in.
Yeah,
And so,
Well, now the rest of them need to see what you're talking about.
right, like kinda stand up and show us,
Mhm.
and
Um,
point it at us.
like you suggested, Cook, you see what I'm saying here?
Mhm.
What's his name?
Carl.
Had the buses drop the seniors here.
That's the back, that's
Right, and then they pull around and park. When the event's over, they just come back around the block, pick them back up. You follow me?
Yeah, so where's everything happening at? Where will the stage be?
We
Right
probably
in
is
this
gonna
area.
end up-
Okay, so we're using the football field.
Right.
We do it every year.
Yeah.
No, where, in your, where was you thinking, basically?
I was thinking it was gonna be closer to where,
The handicap, ramp to the
Yeah.
front?
yeah, that it would be closer to them, because also, that Johnny B we're not gonna get, porta potties, because they have access to the bathrooms over there. So we don't want people to not be able to get to the bathroom, so, I'm thinking of what access
Okay.
we
You
have
made a good point
in
there.
the building.
Yeah,
And for anybody, any entertainers, we can use this building for them to change, for them to prepare, all that stuff, so without going far away, so
Right.
I was thinking about it like that.
Okay.
Are these
Okay.
is this a pool house here?
No, well, I don't know what it is,
Is that a
but,
pool house back there? I see the pool,
I think those are concession stands and stuff, but probably is.
right back in here, Carl.
Probably is something in.
yeah, no, it's, cause right here is actually,
Yeah, those are concession stands.
oh, well, that's where they have all the seats, the
Yeah,
metal,
Right.
uh,
Bleachers.
yeah, bleachers.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing too is, we was gonna put the stage to the back of those like to the front, like, if people are sitting in the bleachers, the
Mm-hmm.
stage would be in the front, headed out toward the football field, correct?
So
Right.
not behind us,
But you made a good point.
we're talking about the bathroom.
If
Yeah,
you're
and
dealing,
anything that
if
has,
you're dealing with seniors, I think she might be right. Make it more convenient and accessible for them to use the bathroom if necessary. You
Mhm.
don't want them coming all the way
Across
across that.
And
street.
all the entertainers that's gonna be, doing a show, and they
Yeah.
got
You can't dress
prepare,
it
and
down
they,
to go
instrument-
all the way
you see what I'm
down
saying?
there.
Right, so you don't want people going far away.
Okay.
You want them to be right there.
Right.
And then,
So would you put the stage next to the building?
Or in the mid, or in
Like
the
in
middle,
front of
or
this
in
diamond?
the middle of both of these.
You could, yeah, right in here.
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
I see.
And, we
So
still
you
have
come up
to
in
use
the
this
middle of-
entrance though. to
Right.
bring our stuff in.
Right, we still have to use the entrance to bring it in.
You know,
But that wouldn't be bad at all. It's just that we wanna be able to have good access for the people, the community that's
Right,
coming
right,
in.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so that's the only thing I'm
That's
thinking
fine,
about.
that's fine, that's fine.
But we'll entertain this again.
Yeah. okay.
But I didn't wanna spend a whole lot of time
Right,
on that,
right.
so, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention and give you the things, cause you can always take this home,
Mhm.
cross out stuff, do whatever, and then we'll bring it up again.
Okay.
So,
And you know what else?
go ahead, Carl, huh?
We can still face the stage, the Jefferson direction,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, we can do that.
Put,
We run
put
the
the
stage out
stage
here,
right about here.
right out about in the middle of these two,
Shoot that
and
way.
shoot it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, Carl, what?
So the seniors that we're talking about, is that like a generalization of just seniors?
Yeah, because we got, because coming down Jefferson, there are several, like 1490 and different places that have seniors. They're on the parade route, but they gotta
Right,
get,
right,
you know, after they see the parade,
They wanna see what's
yeah,
happening.
they wanna deal with the vendors, they wanna deal with, you know, maybe they got the grandbabies, wanna play in the bouncy houses,
Right.
you know, and you got food and non-food
Yeah.
vendors.
Right.
So people might wanna spend a little money or something,
Right.
or just be in the moment. Because what I was hoping for also, oh, we can't have a sidebar here. What I was also hoping for is that when we were talking about adding different people, different groups to play, we would have a mini concert. So people that don't wanna do nothing and they need to bring their own chairs, because we can't put that big bleacher
Right,
out there
right.
as a cost.
Right.
Let you bring your chair, just like you do it at some of these other events,
Exactly.
and you can chill. People can listen to the concert going on. People could be buying stuff. We want always,
Right.
you know, things to happen.
Right.
So children with the bouncy houses, any people going around buying food for the food vendors, people buying stuff because they want to buy little trinkets and this, that, and the other. But in the meantime, it's a nice flow of motivational sounds
Right.
going through the whole thing. We
Right,
doing this,
right,
you know.
right.
So I just hate something to be like, and then you
Yeah,
hit me the tub.
like last weekend.
Stop.
Right.
You know this.
Yeah.
So that's why I was looking at it like that, but we'll come back to it again. It's just that I feel if we start off with an idea, then we can start developing that and then come back to the meeting and say, wait a minute, no, I got another idea, you know, and then we can work on it like that.
Question.
Yes.
Maybe like 20 years ago, they used to do reenactments
Mhm.
at the foot of Ferry.
I was part of that
Right.
in 1995.
Right, right.
I was a
And
slave.
they used to do, you know.
I was part of the reenactment of the Underground Railroad
Right.
with the Buffalo Quarters Historical Society.
So is there accessible with what you're trying to do with the dressing up? Can we reach out to them? I mean,
I want to.
Mhm.
At first I was gonna have them as part of the parade, just going down the
Right,
street, Miss
right.
Bachelor and them. But I think we can expand on that because of my relationship with them. I went across the waters with them in the
Mhm.
boat and all this stuff.
Mhm.
And it was a tremendous experience. My son, my brother, and both my sons and my brother were also part of the slave thing.
shit.
We was there, Channel 7 did,
Yeah, cause they got the documentary.
did the commercials,
Mhm.
and also we were in 12 billboards all over Buffalo.
That's right.
So,
Mhm.
and my son was looking like he was truly like, come
Star.
get me,
Oh.
come get me.
Oh.
So it was good. So yeah, I've never forgotten them, and they've always been real good to me. So yes, we will be.
Reaching out.
And yeah,
to
oh
them.
yeah,
It's a
oh
thought.
yeah. So,
You know
that's
who else
good.
I was thinking about reaching out to?
Mhm,
I don't know how political you want this to get.
mhm.
Thinking about reaching out to Mr. Byron Brown.
Yeah, why
Get
not?
him
Oh,
on-
yeah.
And get him on the panel, so he can help us push some of these buttons we need.
Oh yeah. Talking about that, there's a lady that that reached out to me again. She said she knows how to get that money from the politicians and this, that, and the other. I guess she's been doing some stuff. And since it's being recorded, I don't want to put her name out there until she
Right,
say so.
Right.
So that's why at first I said it earlier.
Right, right.
But we're going to be meeting with her too
Okay.
on Monday.
Monday.
When the board meets. We'll be meeting with her because if she got something, we want it.
Right.
You know, because I need to thank y'all all for being patient and wondering, so when am I getting paid? You gonna get paid, you know. What I want to do is for anybody that we approach, we need to be on top of our game. They need to know, why should I give you my money?
Mhm.
Why should I sponsor you? Be it TV, radio, any of that stuff,
Right.
you know, or grant people. They're gonna want to know. They want to know the the actual, and the post, whatever it is we're doing. If it's a podcast, if it's a documentary, if it's the parade. So we want to, when we go to the mayor and all these other people, I want to find out from this lady, how can we approach them and say, cover it all?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Not just the fees.
Right.
Because see, why leave money on the table,
Mhm.
you know, if there's money that we can have?
Right.
Mhm.
That, you know, so that's what we're doing. So that's why I'm still,
No, you're right.
you know, doing different things.
Mhm.
And it's not that it's taking so long. Every day I work on this.
I
I get up in the
believe you.
morning
I
and
believe
I be
you.
trying to figure out something else.
You actually go to sleep?
Damn near
Yes.
not.
That's a good start, because as far as the school board is concerned,
Mm-hmm.
now you ain't touching a pretty football field.
Mm-hmm.
You on that grass,
Mm-hmm.
you probably get a positive answer.
Oh yeah.
You see what I mean? They don't want anybody in there tearing up that
Oh
stadium.
yeah.
You see what I mean?
Oh
So,
yeah.
Now one concern is
Uh-huh.
weather. I know we can't really predict what the weather gonna be up to that thing, but I mean, even if we have like 3 days, it would kind of kill the
Yeah, it's sloppy,
Yeah,
muddy.
That's right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we have to definitely try to look out for that as we approach that coming day, because you know it could turn into hell if the weather is
Right.
Well,
Yes.
you remember I made the suggestion a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
get the permit for 2 days just in case, because you're dealing with Mother Nature.
Yeah. Well, what it says, I have another application that talks about parade emergency plan, which I'll be dealing with y'all later about it.
Cool.
But it does talk about how you have to check out what's happening with the weather and as it's going,
Right.
and then determine if you're gonna have the parade or not, and what you do about that. That's also gonna be in our insurance.
Right.
You know, so, which I'm waiting for them to get back to me on. What I wanted to do is, before I do, I guess I'm gonna switch from vinyl parade banner sizes, because when I was telling you before, when we did the actual parade lineup, and I told you about the banners, actually, this goes with this.
Banners, right.
Yeah, so it's just the banners without the units.
Okay, did you get
Um,
one of those yet?
No, because I added when I was going over
Okay.
this today,
Okay.
so I gotta give you one of these, but I had to add some
Right.
other stuff.
Right.
So
So
I'm
we
gonna
can
give
go-
you, yeah,
This banner goes with this,
right,
this one goes. with
right,
this.
exactly.
Okay.
So, for example, the main banner, we're gonna have, each year, we're gonna have a new theme.
Mhm.
So, like everything else, so our first year's theme is honoring our African American military heroes and sheroes. That's just gonna be this year coming up.
Mhm.
That's gonna be the first year. Then we will get together again and say, okay, what we're gonna do next year.
Right.
You know, what's gonna be the theme for next year, the theme after that, the theme after that, that kind of stuff. So the main banner is 4 foot by 12 feet. So, you know, we'll be able to get these things done. So you have the sizes
Mhm.
for the banners. And what I did is, you have the main banner, which is the longest banner. Here we come. You know, then you have the Grand Marshal banner. What the other thing they didn't do at this last Veteran Day parade, they didn't have no Grand Marshal banner or no sash or no nothing. How you? So they was what I said, smiling waves, smiling
Yeah.
waves. They did that, but who was they?
Right.
You know, if you didn't know who they
Right,
were,
right.
you know, we want everyone to be
Right,
known
to be
and
recognized.
recognized.
That's right.
So there's gonna be a 3 foot by 8 foot Grand Marshal banner,
Mhm.
you know, and then we can still have the sashes and all that stuff, because when they walking around, they wanna know, yeah, I was a Grand Marshal, or I was a junior Grand Marshal, you know, so you wanna be, and then there's some kind of thing that they would have, you know, as a souvenir.
Right.
So, and then you will have the war banners. So there's a method to this madness. So we're trying to make sure we start off with the real big banner. Then we go, the Grand Marshals is not quite as big, it's a little bit smaller. Then when we start talking about the wars, we're gonna have 12 wars, and they're gonna be 3 foot by 10 foot war banners.
Wow.
The Revolutionary War,
Question.
uh-huh.
Are we gonna have like an MC? You know, like people like, you know, Kathy Williams, you know, just
Yes, and that's where the teleprompter stuff, see, that's why we have a whole lot of stuff, but it takes so long to get through all that
Oh,
stuff, and then
okay.
people don't retain it.
Mhm.
So yeah, we'll get to that part, is the teleprompter, that's where you have the news media, the
Right.
TV.
Right.
That, okay, now, okay, it starts off with, you know, here's the main banner. Wow, here it is. We're here on such and such day, September 3rd, 2022, and we're honoring our African American military heroes and sheroes.
Mhm.
And what's coming down next is our Grand Marshal.
Yes,
So you
right,
see what I'm
right.
saying?
That's
That
what I'm
kind of
thinking.
stuff.
Right, right.
So that's why everything needs to
Yeah.
coincide.
Right,
So
right.
that's why you have to have your lineup, your banners, the person that's going to be doing the teleprompting. What is it they're going to talk about? Okay, our first war is the Revolutionary War from 1775 to 82. And then, but you'll see the banner. You know, you
Right,
see it
right,
coming, the
right.
people see it coming.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's education.
Right.
It won't be, so who's them people?
Right.
That's right.
You know, you see what I'm saying?
Oh, they go Uncle Charlie right there.
Thank you.
What was he?
But see, people will know that we know,
Yeah.
because they're gonna be calling us out. Oh, well, who was that? You know, how come
Right.
you didn't say who they was?
Right.
You know?
Now,
Mhm.
with that said,
Mhm.
us doing sound,
Mm-hmm.
I think these teleprompters should be set up maybe every 300 to 500 feet.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Actually, the teleprompter, what I would like to hope that y'all would do, you know, there's gonna be a Thanksgiving Macy's Day parade.
Mhm.
And the homework would be to look at the parade.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because that's how I've been doing it for the last
Right.
few years.
That's why I said I know you took homework to have to take it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this way you know what you like and what you don't like. What I didn't like when I saw the parade last year, as a matter of fact, it was one that was here. It was some kind of, I don't know, online.
Macy.
They just was walking, and then somebody walks by, and no, there's certain things you should have, you know. And then the radio or TV announcers, they're celebrities.
Right.
They're gonna be on the website.
Right.
They're gonna be promoted. Like, wow, okay, this is the people that's gonna be speaking
Right.
at the parade and whatnot.
Right.
And so all our war banners are gonna be 3 by 10-foot banners, and it's gonna have, you know, what war and what year. And then, so all of them will go all the way to the Iraq War. Then we'll have 13 event banners. That's gonna be, so like first you'll have, like your Revolutionary War, and then you'll have, First Rhode Island, Regiment. So that's the smaller banner. So your event banners are the smaller ones. After you have your war, then you're talking about the events. Those are smaller ones. So you can see that, okay, this is the important, and this is not as important, but it's under the mama,
Right.
the mama
Right,
banner.
Right.
So we got 13 of them, but actually we got 15, 16 now, because we had to add the Medal of Honor and the Montfort Point Marines that we didn't have, because we have to make sure that we cover every branch of the military.
That's right.
So when I was going through this again, I realized we didn't have no Marines. We didn't have Coast Guard. So people call you out. You know, so we had to make sure, that's why I'm talking to y'all now. And if you're catching something, write that down so we can address that.
Right.
So, okay, we got 6 AAAs, the triple nickels and all that stuff. Those are gonna be the event banners. That's part of that 13 3x8 foot banners. We got African American PTSD Association, NAM vets, local Purple Heart recipients. So I had to go back to this, sit this next to it, and say, okay, what am I missing? What am I missing? You know, and going like that. Then our smaller banners, which is at 12, and I think it's 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 banners that are 3 feet by 6 feet. They are the character banners. See, I was trying to put,
That's this big right here.
and that's gonna be Kathy Williams, Harriet Tubman, Second Lieutenant Henry Pollard, Josephine Baker.
Now they gonna all be on one, or they're gonna have?
No, all these are banners.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the person's coming down. So when the person is speaking on the teleprompter, well, here comes Kathy Williams, and then they'll tell a little bit about her as she's walking down with her military stuff on.
Right.
You know, and the same thing with Shoshana Johnson. What I want with her, because she was shot in both her ankles, I want somebody in military uniform walking her in a wheelchair with her legs wrapped up. And so we want drama here.
Right.
You know, and then we'll say it's a reenactment. We ain't gonna lie and say she's here unless she decides to come. Like we did reach out to her,
Okay.
but it was, you know, she wasn't able to attend at that time.
So another question: when do we start looking for our veterans? I'm talking about like just.
We have to make sure, which we'll get to that part, is the parade application.
Okay.
That's when I talk to y'all. But so that's the only time we can advertise this officially.
Right.
Right now, we're in the process of trying to see if we can do it. After they say, yes, we can do this because you fulfilled all the requirements,
Then we're off.
then, we off and running. But we have to be prepared to be off and running.
Right.
Got
You know, so that's what's happening. So we'll be able to, like, Tech Sergeant Joe Lewis, Second Lieutenant Jackie Robinson, you know, those kind of people. You know, so that's what's happening with that. But I'll have to give you the vinyl size parade banners things now, and then we'll look for who's going to do those banners.
The banners, yes.
Okay. And so, like I said, that goes along with, the banners go along with the actual parade lineup. Now, when we were doing the form for the application, we have to actually do it online. Before, you used to be able to do the forms and you know, and take it down to City Hall. That's not happening no more. So what I had to do is, actually the committee meets every other Wednesday at 11 a.m. But I told you before that we were supposed to be able to meet, and keep you on time here, that we were trying to submit in November. So we're kind of rushing for that. Come to find out that no, they sent me a letter back or email back saying we can submit in January.
Okay.
So it gives us more time,
Right.
but we plan to be approved, and our breakout will actually be Black History Month.
Oh, gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? Everything has to have a purpose. It has to be falling right in there. Everything has to be
Right.
done. Like we'll do some major stuff when it's Memorial Day, and
Right.
you know that's when we want the banners coming down Jefferson. You see what I'm saying? Everything has to work according to what's happening, working towards the parade.
So where are we gonna store the banners?
Um,
After the parades is done?
We will be able to, as a matter of fact, somebody else approached us about Makowski School or some other places we could store stuff, if not in Johnny B. Wiley.
Okay.
Oh, people been coming to us.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
gonna be a lot
just-
of
Would you be considering long-term, like the following year doing?
That's what-
another-
yeah.
Oh, that-
annually.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's
said-
why we
That's
incorporate.
why she said this year our theme is gonna be the heroes and sheroes.
And then next
Next
year we
year's
could
gonna be
decide
a-
what we want to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
for
yeah,
another
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. This is
Um,
annually.
Quiet as kept, what I actually want to do is for storage is actually to have an African American Veteran Museum.
Mhm.
So what would happen is all those flags and all the uniforms and stuff like that, we would have them on display, and we would have like a research museum,
Mhm.
so that people can further
Mhm.
experience the Black military experience, especially for the Black veterans that were here in Buffalo.
Yeah.
So, but then that's another incorporation.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's
but
coming.
because I have had my whole life put on display at the Africana Research Museum some years back, I know how it is about running a
Okay,
museum and
okay.
stuff.
Okay.
So when your whole life is up there and you're taking people around on a tour,
Mhm.
it's awesome.
Oh, guess what, guys? Guess who I heard on the radio together? This lady right here,
Yes.
Sergeant with Corporal Lex.
Yes, Corporal Debbie Ransom, military police.
Yes.
I was there for
Oh,
Veterans Day. I was doing an interview for NPR, and actually Miss Indiana Hunt's daughter was also interviewed on
Okay.
that too,
Okay.
which was the daughter of the 6888 person. So that was really
That was
cool.
really nice.
Thank you. So we want those same people going right back to
Right.
get them
Right.
on board because they're excited about knowing that this is coming
Right.
unofficially.
Right.
So that's what's
Yes,
happening with
right.
that. So, okay, what they want in here is the opening and closing date. As soon as we submit this, you will have every piece of what we submit
Mhm.
because you have to have it.
Right.
That, like I said, there's nothing that's gonna happen that y'all don't know about.
Okay.
Everything, everybody gotta know.
Okay.
Okay, they wanna know how many volunteers, how many runners, how many floats, musical units, number of cars or trucks, other vehicles, Jeeps and stuff like that.
When you get a chance, can I get one of these?
Oh, that's what I'm gonna be giving y'all.
Okay.
I'm just writing my notes in there
Got it,
now.
got you.
And so to make sure that we get everything.
Okay.
So all these different things, where we have to drop off the porta potties,
Yeah.
what place we're using.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna bring this to attention.
Uh-huh.
The ramps is right here.
Right. That's why I made this picture, so you can see that.
Let me see that. Yeah, that's in the front.
Yeah.
But they have a ramp on that backside too.
So that's what I didn't see when I rode over
My
there.
thing is, once they get in those ramps out front,
Mm-hmm.
how do they get down to the back?
So, but cause when we fill out this application,
There was a ramp, you remember when we went up there
Yeah,
and he took us outside,
Yeah.
inside?
yeah.
That's a
Mhm.
ramp. Remember?
but when we fill out this form, they're gonna ask us to come in and present.
Walkthrough.
So so then we'll take the walkthrough and stuff
Okay.
like that, so
Okay,
we'll be able to go ahead and finalize some stuff.
right.
So then we have to have the location of the do not stand signs, when the parade is actually starting, getting to, is it handicapped accessible? They wanna know if there's any device that amplifies sound that will be used at the event. Is it a DJ or a PA system? You know, they wanna know all that
Okay,
stuff.
yeah.
So that's why I'm doing stuff. The, what do you call it? When you have the garbage cans, the garbage totes, and the, garbage totes that are for the red ones, I guess, for
Recycle?
paper and
Right,
stuff, recycle stuff. You know, there's certain amounts you gotta have, and then where they're gonna be and whatnot. And so, and then it goes also, I spoke to the Executive Investigation and Security Limited, because they're going to be providing other security, but they're gonna be wanting, close to $8,000. But what they'll be doing is they'll, be event security, the parade route, traffic control includes 15, fixed post and intersection utilizing 23, uniform, UA guards from 11 to 4 p.m. Then it's also gonna have 8 uniform guards assigned to Johnny B. Wiley from 4 to 10. Then 6 uniform armed guards assigned to Johnny B. from 2 to 10. So, I told him we need a new invoice, because at first they didn't want to give me one. I said, but the COVID stopped it for me. We haven't had the parade.
Right.
I said, the only thing we need is a change from African American Military Heroes and Shields Parade Committee to our not-for-profit
yeah,
name
right.
and the new date. The 4th of July 2020 has passed.
Right.
We haven't done anything.
Right.
So I'm waiting for a new invoice because we need to
wow.
submit this.
So you did that, earlier last year?
Yes.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, it was in 10/15/2019. So this is not new stuff. This
Right.
is just, you know, like really
Right.
tightening up
Right.
what has gone on before.
Right, so when you met with us, not take up the rest of the time.
Mm-hmm,
So when you met with me and my cousin,
mm-hmm.
you had been got this going, huh? Oh, geez.
They had gave us a conditional, yes, the parade is on.
Right.
The only thing we had to do is have the insurance, you know, with them on there
Right.
as a rider.
Right,
So, and then the COVID
and
came.
the COVID came.
So that's what happened.
Right.
So we're even better ahead
Right.
than what they were saying that we could go with.
Right, right.
So, and I've learned more since then. This is the band shell. We have and all these letters you'll be getting, because I have to change the headings and everything. The traffic regulation, saying that we're coming down Jefferson Avenue to Johnny B. Wiley. This is gonna be for District C, traffic regulations. So we'll have all that. We're asking also for the Buffalo Police Reserve, the Afro-American Police Association, Pastor Giles for assistance to connect with to Back to Basic, Buffalo United Front Fathers, Mad Dash, No Tears, and Stop the Violence Coalition, and the Buffalo Peacemakers and Restorative Program, in addition to the SNUG program for assistance.
Wow.
So we gonna have plenty security.
Security, yes.
So, and then we had to do the NFTA request. So Transit Authority, Police, Metro Division. So this tells you that we want to have the assistance of the NFTA for Metro Bus number 18 Jefferson bus route change from Jefferson Avenue in East Delavan to Jefferson Avenue and Best at 1046 Jefferson Avenue. That includes bus route changes, alerts in advance and during and above mentioned times for the 10 designated original bus stops, the 13 Kensington, the 12 Utica, but we got this down. So I went online looking for all the buses, everything that you see that they don't do. That's how come I can be critical over other parades. Wait a minute, how's the bus coming down the street? They just did that recently. How's the bus coming down the street? They're supposed to have something in the bus that says, on such and such date, this bus will be different.
Right.
You know, that kind of stuff.
Right.
We want to be on top of our game. Can't nobody say nothing.
I think City Hall contacts NFTA.
That's part
so
of
they
the,
can do the
that's-
reroute.
all of this. The
Yeah.
fire department, I already got them, that we want EMTs and paramedics. I got all the letters that go with these applications.
Wow.
All this is what happens with,
Wow.
the special events committee. That's why you need to know.
Wow.
So anytime you ever go to any organization, you say, damn, how'd you know all that? Because we learned right off the top.
Right, exactly.
You know, I'm not gonna have something, hiding and
Right,
y'all
right,
don't know what, no, you're supposed to know everything that's happening
Right.
because we're a team.
Right.
So, and then they got tent and propane permits, and they tell you we have to have a detailed floor plan, where the tents, the canopies, and that comes back to this.
Mhm.
We have to show where all our stuff gonna be at. Because if something happens, people need to know what parts need, and they say you have to have, tents require a minimum of 10 BC fire extinguishers. They gotta be fire extinguishers on the float, this, that, and the other. What time is it? Because we don't wanna go past our time.
5-2.
Okay, temporary stands for exhibitors, special events on Niagara Square, we have a little program for that, so we'll go back to that. And in the motorcade, all this, we have to show them
Wow,
the different
that
routes. So when you get it, you'll be getting a packet,
Okay.
Okay. Because then you'll know, and then we'll discuss it again, because things may change.
Yeah.
We were talking about, the last thing we were talking about is the parade insurance. They didn't get back to me yet. I spoke to somebody today and they're supposed to get somebody back to me. We had a meeting, the board, and we were talking about a podcast. So we're working on the topics, which is the parade lineup.
Yeah.
If we're gonna have a host, co-host, we're gonna choose a podcast name, show format for the length, the style, interviews, one or more interviewers, episode format, teaser, intro music, welcome, interview, outro music. We need to add it to the website, we need to make transcripts, and we've got to welcome the guests and introduction, and we have to have a segue. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on just for that. Then I want to get with Carl soon, because we have to work on the pre-stuff before we do the interviews, but actually, we need to do, before we do the documentary part, we need to be doing the trailer, which is only 30 to 60 seconds. So, we'll be getting with you so that you can walk us through, because we need to be able to get you paid for it. So that kind of stuff. So I'm sure is it 7? So I just want to kind of run through these things, and write down any notes, any questions, concerns. Then we'll get back. We're going to be meeting with some people. Okay, we're still going to be meeting with people about getting people paid, how we maneuver the politics on getting money and the grant stuff, and people just coming up to us and use me, I'll help you.
Wow.
I mean, they're coming to us. I haven't asked them nothing.
Right.
Right. So our blessings are coming.
Right.
And Carl said a long time ago that this is a God thing. If people are they're just coming because they know we're doing a wonderful thing.
Right.
And we've already stood on the shoulders of greatness, and people are going to see how great we all are.
Right.
So that's what's going on.
You mentioned about the schools being part of making the float.
Oh, that was another thing that was brought to us. Not just that we would have a place to store stuff, but students, especially I think Burgard, they got stuff that can make floats and make all kinds of. They got major machines.
Right.
And she said she can get us in there and hook that up. So
Good.
we're gonna end with that, and then we'll come back in another 2 weeks. I'll have all this other stuff done in more detail, and then we can go from there.
Sounds
Thank
good.
y'all so much.
Thank you.